Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Perfection isn't the measure of progress, action is. And mistakes prove that you're taking steps forward, that you're moving, that you're in motion, that you're taking those actions in order to be successful. Most people fear making mistakes because they think that they're going to look foolish or look dumb, or they're scared of the embarrassment, or they're scared of being a failure or loser when it's just a temporary part of your life. But those who don't want to take the risk and avoid making the mistakes, avoid trying to look foolish, ultimately are just hurting themselves, because without it, you're not going to be able to grow. You're not going to be able to succeed. You're not going to be able to accomplish new things, because if you're always still, you're always not moving, how do you get to the next level? How do you get to the next level of success? How do you get to that next pillar of greatness when you're not even taking the step forward? So be proud if you're making mistakes. Wear your mistakes with a smile and your head held up high. No matter if the mistakes hurt you, they make you look stupid, they make you look foolish, they make you feel like a loser, just remember that it's all temporary and that they're stepping stones to success. That's all mistakes are. They're just stepping stones. They're not a tattoo you have to wear forever. They're just something that show that you were learning, that you were courageous enough to try. Because most people aren't even courageous enough to try. They're scared. They can't even look fear in the face and do something. They would rather just sit back, lay on the couch, not try. And then they'll be the ones that are the biggest complainers in life. They'll complain about their love life. They'll complain about their fitness level. They'll complain about their income. They'll complain about all these things. Or they'll be the person that if I would have did this, then I could have benched 400 pounds. I could have went to the NFL. I could have been a millionaire. I could have had a house. I could have had 20,000 Bitcoin. I could have had 500 houses in real estate. Okay, why don't you? Because you were probably scared to make a decision. You were probably scared to take a risk. You were probably scared to bet on yourself. You were probably scared of making the mistakes. Well, what if I make the investment and I fail? Well, at least you know. What if you made the investment and became a billionaire? You wouldn't know. What if you went up to the girl and talked to her and she became your future wife and gave you beautiful children? Who knows? Don't play the what if game. Play the game that you can. But mistakes are proof that you're in motion. So I'll never bash somebody for making mistakes, especially if there's something that can be fixed. There's a difference between like making a mistake and doing something that's like a permanent action that you shouldn't do, like murdering somebody. That's not necessarily a mistake, depending on the situation, of course. There's probably some outliers where even in certain situations is okay. But I'm not saying go and, unalive people. No. But if you just failed at something, you made a mistake and you learned a lesson, that's still vital to your life because you learned something from it. It was a lesson that you can take for yourself or that you can pass down to your children, your grandchildren, to a niece, to a nephew, to a kid that you're coaching in a sport or teaching a lesson in life, or you're making a YouTube video or TikTok one day and you're trying to hone in on a point and teach a lesson. Now you have a story to tell. Stories are the ultimate sales tour or way to convince somebody or connect with somebody. As kids, we love bedtime stories. Campfire stories. Every culture's done it. They told stories. Every book, movie is based on a story, whether it's nonfiction or fiction, real or fake. They're stories. Your mistakes are proof that you're trying. They're stepping stones to your success, and they're the stories that you're going to tell and look back on and have memories of and laugh at. You could be something stupid. There's people that are losing. They have missing fingers, missing feet, hands, limbs, and they tell stories about it years later and they're laughing about it. I had a 10th grade teacher, people that know me personally, they'll know who I'm talking about. A high school teacher, my 10th grade English teacher, lost his finger. He was moving a boat and the boat went and it ripped off his ring finger. And within the next week of school, he's walking around making fun of it and like making us laugh and just showing it off. And he was in a good mood. He wasn't letting his finger dictate the rest of his life. No, he made a mistake or did something wrong and the boat chopped off his finger. And now he has a sense of humor. He's making jokes about having 9 fingers and showing it off to the class and stuff. He didn't let that ruin his day, week, year, or the rest of his life. Within a week, he was back to normal. So why are you letting your mistakes, shortcomings, things we can't control affect you so much? Let it affect you for days. You get a 24-hour rule where you can cry, complain, and then after that it's time to cowboy up. It's time to get better. Unless it's something that is like a death in the family or like something irreversible. Who cares? I don't care if you got fired. I don't care if you lost $100,000 in the stock market. You can go get it back. You can go get a better job. I don't care if you're getting a freaking divorce. I don't wish that on anybody. Go get a better spouse. Go figure it out. It's not irreversible. You'll be fine. You'll figure it out. So, mistakes are proof that you're trying. So don't be ashamed of your mistakes. Wear them proudly. Make stories about them. Make videos. Write a book. Do whatever you got to do about your mistakes. But wear them proud and keep going. And don't repeat mistakes. That's it. As long as you're not repeating them, you're not being stupid. You're learning from them and you're growing. That's the only way to get to the next level. That's the only way to grow. When you try to learn how to play piano, you're going to make mistakes. When you try to learn a new language, you're going to make mistakes. When you're trying to learn a new sport, you're going to make mistakes. When you're in a new job, you're going to make mistakes. When you're in school trying to learn a new subject, you're going to make mistakes. When you're in a new relationship dating somebody, you're going to make mistakes. When you're a new parent, you're going to make many mistakes. When you're, whatever the case may be, enter the scenario. Learning to skateboard, learning to drive a car, you're going to make mistakes. So embrace it and go make a good life. Go make it happen. This was Consistency Day 298, I believe. If you got anything from this message and inspired you, impacted you, challenged you, or made you think different, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And other than that, I wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.